Hey guys, Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm down here at Sebring for the HSR 12-hour Historics, and I'm about to take you on a pit walk before this race weekend event starts. This is going to be an official 12-hour event where you're going to have cars changing groups every hour on the hour for 12 hours straight. This is going to be an amazing event. Let's go.
All right, guys, here we go. We're down on pit road. I'm actually going to get out onto pit lane. You're coming with me. This is really cool because they're doing it just like they do at the annual 12-hour race, where they line them up here on pit road for a grid walk. We have ROTC here with the colors, and here we are walking down pit road together.
How long have you had it? I've had it about 5 years.
You see, we have a nice assortment of cars.
I know you've raced it
Lolas,
in all sorts of exciting places.
Camaros, Corvettes,
the whole of Can-Am,
lots of different decades of racing, all in one spot.
Atlanta, Lagoon State,
As we work our way down,
obviously here and
look at this beautiful Lola.
And I've raced it all over Europe.
Amazing to see these cars. You know, if you see them in a museum, they're just sitting there collecting dust. This is what it's all about, bringing the cars out, getting them back on track so you can hear them, feel them, see them. Look at that.
What the car is capable of with him behind the
No
wheel.
sequential shifter.
There's, I'm sure,
it's all old school, and I love it. Check out back here that V8.
Thank you. And thanks very much
indeed, Nigel. And
we're going to be keeping an eye on this.
Good, yeah. It should be some great races. Lovely to see the
Let's take a look at that Corvette again.
Top quality drivers.
I've been drooling all over this thing the whole weekend.
It certainly will. We're looking
what
forward to it.
A beautiful car.
Thank you, Paul.
I mean, the attention to detail. Not only is this car fast, it just looks so damn good.
Out on the circuit, make your way down to our pit lane where our grid has already been formed, and what a sight this is. We've got
lots of excitement down here. Let's take a look at the GT40s. I'm telling you, Ford totally kicked Ferrari's ass with these GT40s, and it's all because Enzo was going to sell the company, and then he backed out. So thank you, Enzo, for backing out on the deal. We get these awesome pieces of machinery. Trying to bring you the action as if you were here. This is one of my favorites. I love the colors of this car. The wheels just set it off. And then, of course, what's a historic vintage race event without Porsches? And we have one hell of a lineup for you. Air-cooled, the way it's supposed to be. These cars, the 911 is what made Porsche what it is today. Of course, you got the Shelby Mustangs, Carroll Shelby taking a standard Mustang, doing some of his trickery, and they call it the Shelby GT350. Beautiful example. BMWs. Let's make our way down. Another air-cooled classic 911. Check this out. This is a 944 Porsche. A lot of people don't give this car the credit it deserves. Everybody's all about the 911. But this car has also made its name in racing. And I'm proud to say that I was there to see it happen. Got a Honda Prelude. Yes, Honda did make a car called the Prelude at one time. And here it is racing this weekend. For all the import guys out there. This is one of my favorites. This Corvette just, for the Generation 1 series, does it for me. It's in the white, you know, I'm not the greatest fan of white, but it's just so clean. It shows the lines so beautifully. I am in love with this car. Can't wait to see it on track. Got a nice Lotus Elise. You know, Colin Chapman ran the Lotus team, and he was all about getting the cars as light as possible, only putting what they need and nothing more. And this is a newer example. Colin Chapman is not with us anymore, but this is taking that Lotus tradition of fast and light. It's not about high horsepower, it's about getting the overall weight numbers down.
100 horsepower is what we ran it at. Full weight, you know, you can go flat down through the S.
I'm telling you, this lineup today, if you look down pit road, this race is going to be just mind-blowing. And then last but not least, we have another BMW.
You mentioned the road deal there, Tony. Chris Dyson.
Beautiful classic colors. This is what vintage racing is all about. You see a nice assortment of cars from over the decades. Some of these cars would have never been on the track at the same time, but this weekend they're going to be. And that's what makes this so much fun. Here you can see it's a beautiful day at Sebring. This is my favorite track in the whole country. It's the oldest road racing course in the whole country. It used to be a training ground for bomber pilots during World War II. And now it's just the ultimate racetrack. It's got a character unlike any other track. And one thing I like here with the pit road is how they have winners posted. Every name you see there, Audi, Peugeot, Ford, Porsche, Nissan, they've all been winners of the 12 Hours of Sebring, and they get their name etched in immortality here right on pit road. I am so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be showing it for you. This event happens every single year. So if you're not here today, make sure you make your plans for next year. I promise you will not be disappointed. Let's get back to this GT40. This thing, remember GT40, it's 40 inches off the ground. That's why they called it GT40. And you can see, let me take you out back, the V8. This car, like I said, Le Mans beat Ferrari at their own game. And it's all because Enzo welched on a deal. So definitely thank him for doing that, because we have these awesome cars here to show how Americans get it done on the racetrack. Remember how I was showing you that Lotus further down pit road, the newer Lotus? Here is a classic Lotus, same idea. It's all about light. Light is fast. You don't need to have a lot of horsepower to be fast. It's all about the handling, the balance. You could have 1,000,000 horsepower. If you don't get it to the ground, you're not going anywhere. Another GT40. Carroll Shelby also had a lot of input on this car. So if you're only familiar with Carroll Shelby when it comes to Mustangs, he also did a lot of other work for Ford with the GT40 program, also with the Daytona Coupe. And then later he also worked with Dodge, and then eventually he even created his own car. Carroll Shelby passed away a few years ago, but we have these awesome pieces of machinery to remind us of just his ingenuity and just the determination that Americans had for these cars to be produced. For the Chevy fans, we have a classic Trans Am Camaro. You know, before all the technology, this is what it was about. Large V8. Just, these cars were sick. The Trans Am series in the 60s was one of the most popular race series of its time, the heyday, and we have these great examples here. As you can see, lots of people here. You got to see this thing. The pit road at the 12 Hours of Sebring, there's about 5,000 more people here, if not more. We can see we have interviews going on.
Found another Sebring legend in the form of Alex Job. Alex Job racing
back to this Lola over here.
A race team that's synonymous with the history of the Sebring 12 Hours. Alex, welcome to Classic 12 here at Sebring.
You know, it's because of these cars that we have the prototype cars of today.
Yeah, well, Sebring's just been
another Lola. This one is a little different, as you can see. Topless. There have been rule changes where prototypes were enclosed, then they went to open cockpit, then they switched back. So this is something that has happened over history. And if you're watching Le Mans or Sebring or Daytona, you're still seeing it now. Now we're back into the closed cockpit cars.
Yeah, 1965, my dad brought me here for the 12-hour. I was 15 years old, and that's where it all started. For me,
Let me show you inside this
sports car racing started at
Lola.
Sebring, and this place is in my heart and always will be.
It's
Look
unique
how
in so
the
many
attention to
ways, and
detail.
you
It's so
coming from
clean
an
in there.
engineering background
All
and
the switches are
engineering race cars. How
listed,
unique is it to engineer a race car?
and the gauges are just what you need.
This is
Nothing
a unique
extra.
place in the world. There's no other place like it. Some places are so bumpy, some places are not so much. You got concrete, you got asphalt.
And then finally, this is
you
the
race
car
into the
on
dark.
pole.
The weather changes a lot.
Look at those
It's
carburetors.
an amazing place. And,
What an
to do it
amazing
for
setup.
12 hours, make a car live here
I
through 12
cannot wait
hours.
to hear these
It's
cars
a great
fire up.
challenge.
Cannot.
Now, Alex, just last week you announced that the Alex Rowe Racing Pro Racing side of the business.
I really
is closing
appreciate you
the
guys
door.
watching,
That's great news for us
and I
at
promise to have
HSR
more for you
Historic
this
Racing,
weekend.
because it means that you guys can now.
Here's Steve with Pete Egerman in the Lola T165. Then we have the Jim Cullen Lola T70. Very similar car we've seen there. The number 29, that's the Brian Cullen and Chevrolet Canal leads the rest of the field. Travis Hayden, Lotus 23B, is moving up there with good car. That's how it's going. GT40, in comes Travis Hayden in the Lotus 23B. And the racing conditions, still coincide sharing that car between England, who at the moment is in the car